hate the open air. You know, my old crew once proposed placing a giant dome over the city.
I never heard about that project. What happened?
Our prototype crumbled while half the council was inside.
You remember the great Golem uprising of '84?
How could I forget? I spent 2 days hanging by my ears from a signpost.
You should have known better than to ask for directions. They hate that.
Well, welcome back everybody. I'm fueled up on coffee, raring to go. That time of day has just arrived where I'm threatened by the sun that might shine aggressively on the computer screen. So let's hope we can actually see what we're doing. Yeah, we are back on our Asura Bract, who's looking pretty goddamn fine.
I fought for years in the Mist War. I know what it's like. You know nothing.
I'm back at Rata Sum here. This is a Mist Warrior talking about the eternal battlefield, world versus world, so don't worry about that chart here. But I'm back at Rata Sum just before we use our very old energy detector to find this mysterious artifact nearby. I wanted to show off something that might be vaguely exciting. We haven't gone through one of these yet. There is an Asura gate. As the Asura, we are entitled and privileged to this, of course, as the other races are too. But we can automatically go to Lion's Arch. So here it is. It will play the cutscene for us, which we saw already, so I'll just skip it this time. Look, boom. As simple as that, just a couple of minutes into our new character, we can be at Lion's Arch, where, of course, it was quite late into the Charles story that we eventually got here. The devs have always had this available. It's kind of a cool feature. It's not really relevant so much anymore, but back in the day, you used to be able to use these gates to get to Lion's Arch, and then from Lion's Arch to go anywhere else you wanted in the world really quickly. And this meant that if I, say, made an Asuran character, and peace and quiet indeed as I come charging by, running my mouth about various things. If I made an Asura and my friend made like a Norn, then we could meet one another at the gate hub and group up very quickly. These days, since free-to-play was added, they actually just unlock the opening waypoint for all the races immediately. So here you can see I could actually go to Smokestead, which is a bit irritating to me, but it's purely there because of the free-to-play accounts and some of the restrictions and things they have on there. But yeah, so we can come to Lion's Arch and we can go to any other city if we like. Of course, Lion's Arch will be a big part of the story later, but I thought that might be
342 and 9.
Might be kind of interesting, at least to see for now. And yeah, let's get out of this pirate haven. Let's go back. We're going to use the very old energy detector to see what is going on. I'll meet you guys back out at Sorundra. So here we are at the area that we won the SNAF prize itself at, where we were all doing our competition. I believe it was night last time we saw ourselves here. Now, of course, we get the advantage of it being day and it looking a lot better. And I mean, come on, look at how good this area is. Look at how cool these, like, roads and things are. The Asuran architecture is just so cool. I still remember very, very fondly and keenly a shot from the original trailer that demonstrated some of this stuff, and it actually was representing a place that never ended up in the game at all in the end, but the devs more than made up for that with all these really beautiful, awesome buildings. This one, in fact, that we're coming to here is really great. This is actually a school, so this is the Splorge Meta Mystics Lab. And we can complete a heart here to actually help out the various progeny who are learning about the world.
Complete. Archiving data in Matrix Crystal.
You fool! Wait! It worked? I'm a genius! Nice work, my magical mechanical minion!
Error. System parameters inconsistent. Data corrupted. System shutting down.
What? No!
Maybe better luck next time there, Ruby, the little progeny, where these guys are all learning about all kinds of different things. There's tons of dialogue we could listen to, but I love this building. Look, in the bottom floor down here, actually, you can find an underwater pool with fish swimming around down there that they look at. It's kind of a cool place to come to.
I've been looking for you. I have an offer for you. The Opticalium crew is looking for someone with just your skill set.
The Opticalium? I want to work in Synergen Labs when I graduate.
They have no openings at this time, but I'll keep my ears perked. In the meantime, allow me to tell you more about the Opticalium.
Alright, well, so they're being recruited. Kind of interestingly, all the things that they're talking about there are actual places around the Asuran lands, and so that's kind of cool. You can go to the Synergen and so forth. Anyway, nestled over in one of the corners, I think it's somewhere near here. Here, there is actually an old desk in this school as we travel, and if we interact with this, It says, this desk is dusty and looks to have been discarded. We can wipe away some of the dust, and it says something's been etched into it. We can take a closer look, and it says, Bracked. So this is our old desk, like over here in the corner and thrust to the side. But nonetheless, it's our old desk. It also looks like they're in a bit of trouble, and some kind of drake... Oh my god, that's a big drake. A big drake has attacked them here. So we can try and kill him alone. He is absolutely enormous. Of course, we are a very small race, so things just naturally look a lot bigger, but this is kind of ridiculous. So let's talk a little bit about engineer, okay? We don't have adrenaline, we don't have attunement swapping. What's the special thing that we can get, you might be wondering? Well, it's a tool belt, okay? So basically, for every single utility skill we equip on this class, we get 2 skills instead of just 1. So remember this heal skill here, Elixir H, and we can drink Elixir H to heal ourselves and randomly gain a boon. Well, not only can we drink our Elixir, but we also get F1 here, which is Toss Elixir H. So here we can throw it on the ground, and by throwing it on the ground, it will shatter, giving beneficial effects to everyone around us, and perhaps different things. So it's not one or the other, you can do both. I can drink Elixir H and it has its own cooldown, and I can throw Elixir H down on the ground as well. If I change my heal skill to something completely different, then the F1 here will also change. So you kind of get to double up. It's almost like instead of having 5 utility skills, you get 10 utility skills. And as we level up, you'll see more and more of that sort of unlock. The counterbalancer, the trade-off to having so many skills as an engineer, kind of, is that we don't get to weapon swap. So I have this pistol equipped, and this is basically what I get here. I don't get to swap over to any of the other weapons that this class has available. And indeed, we actually have a fairly limited set. But there's lots of other fun things going on. That's just the basics. And we'll get to more very soon. Here's a Vista. We haven't seen a Vista for a while, so... Oh, and it's also cool, it's jungly. 250 years ago when we were here in the original game, there were actually lots of dinosaurs charging around this area of the world. Since the Asura have come and sort of taken over, a lot of that's been cleared away. I don't know whether I've been very clear. The opening cutscene did talk about it a little bit, but as a race, we, the Asura, aren't actually native to the surface. See, what actually happened was 250 years ago, we were a subterranean race. We excelled and lived and thrived and flourished underground in sort of this franchise's version of the Underdark, if you will, the depths of Tyria. But we were forced to the surface because of one of the Elder Dragons awakening and his minions, Primordus, the Fire Elder Dragon. And so we were kind of forced up here and we learned to adapt. That's a story you got to tell from the original game, and it's now been 250 years, so we're more than comfortable and familiar living up here now. But it's not where we're originally from. We've been pushed here, similar to how the Norn were pushed from their homeland of the Far Shiver Peaks in the north-south. We were pushed out of our homeland once long ago. But we didn't sort of get wounded by that. We took it in our stride, and we saw this as just another world to conquer and exceed in. Which I'd say the Asura have done pretty goddamn well, actually, let's be honest. So, all kinds of different labs with different stories. There's hearts in each of them. There's loads of NPCs we can speak to in each of them. Fun things we can participate in. There's a heart right over there.
What sort of bugs?
Fireflies, mostly.
Okay, so they're talking about bugs for some reason, like literal bugs. But we're not too interested in that right now. We want to come over to this waterfall to use our very old energy detector and get the story on the road. This step's called Snaff Would Be Proud, so let's see what we got. Look at that beautiful loading screen.
The signal is emanating from somewhere behind this waterfall. There must be a channel under it.
Stay here, Shrieksy. I don't want you getting wet. Or drown.
Oh my god, the waterfall sounds so good.
So glad you could join us, Zoja. The Savant and my entire crew welcome your input. Crew, the signal point's here, but I don't see anything. Keep looking. As SNAF prize winners, we are the standard bearers for the College of Statics.
Kozik was right. Titles do come with responsibility. These readings are still in the red. There has to be something here.
Perhaps we're standing right on top of it. We haven't been on the surface so long we've forgotten how to dig, have we? Not that we'll actually dig, mind you. There's bound to be a tunnel or cavern entrance around here somewhere. We just need to find it. And Savant, considering the dangerous nature of your last discovery, I recommend we keep our guard up. Shall we proceed? The correct answer is yes, by the way.
She's so, like, nice. It's funny because it's only really recently dawning on me. But if you think about, like, Ritlock only really interacted with us in the capacity of, you know, our Blood Legion Tribune. If you think about Logan, he was constantly busy and more interested in, you know, being captain of the Savant. He didn't really help us very much. Yeah, Zoja here has really taken a liking to us and been extremely supportive, to be honest. And that's kind of nice, actually. So I quite like Zoja right now. She says, I hope your very old energy detector shows something soon. I'm too busy to search for treasure all day, and I'd like to think that I erred as a SNAF prize judge. Wipe that from your mind and be patient. We're getting close, we say. How you doing, Kozak? Think we'll find a dwarven tome? A bloodstone fragment? The recipe for perfect Doliac lettuce and tomato sandwich? So, the bloodstone is kind of a really interesting part of the story, which we'll learn more about as we go forwards. DLT sandwich or not, it's close. I like how the idea is it's DLT in Tyrion, not BLT. And what about you, Pocker? The very old energy detector says where to look, but we still have to do the legwork. Keep one eye on the terrain and one eye on the readout, and both feet moving. Way ahead of you, Chief. And then finally we've got Mr. Sparkles, the golem.
Made by Zoja. Genius.
Wow, I don't think I've ever heard that dialogue in my life. Made by Zoja. Genius. Cool. So, we've got to find a hidden entrance to an underground area. We are Asura, after all. And, of course, if you know anything about RPGs and video games, it's always behind the waterfall. So, here we go. We'll jump down underwater. And we get a bit of underwater combat, guys. Is this the first we've seen? Unbelievable. So on our way to level 10, we did get an underwater weapon. As an engineer, we get a steam spear gun. So it's not a trident as we'd have if we were a caster. It's not like a spear. We get a spear gun and we get all kinds of crazy cool abilities. We can fire mines out. We can. We've got a net wall that we can throw out. We can have timed a timed charge here of dynamite, which will blow up later. We can use a grappling hook, which pulls someone to us. Generally, really, really cool.
Protocols suspended.
Lots of ridiculous, massive explosions, which, by the way, we'll get on the surface eventually, too. It's just going to take a bit of training and learning how to be an engineer. We just get the luxury of having it nice and early underwater. So here's some scale. Oh, God, and there's another one.
Protocols online.
And, of course, as you can see here, the big sneaky revelation is there is a cave under the water here that we want to move our way into. You'll notice we can still throw our Elixir H around us. We can give everyone there. We gave everyone protection, reducing the incoming damage they take by 33%, which is pretty nice. But we don't have to be very scared of Scale. Scale are sort of fairly minor enemies. Our best ability underwater really probably is this one here, the scatter mines. If we throw the minefield out perfectly and then detonate them all, we can like do incredible damage here. So watch, there's a crab, there's 2 scale, and if I do it just right, we'll kill them all at once. Look at that huge explosion. Really, really cool. Crabs do a thing as well where they start blocking and defending themselves, so you kind of want to kill them before they do that, otherwise it could take a while. There you go, nice. And look, we can actually surface on the other side. It's not feeling very good. Did any of their dialogue update? I don't think so. Alright, so what have we got here? We got a cave bat. We got our pistol abilities. And now remember this static shot that bounces? Well, we can bounce blinds and confusion and stuff through all of them. Throw our Elixir H on the ground again. And what do you guys say after this fight? We equip an offhand. We equip another thing. Because on our way to level 10, we did actually get another weapon gifted to us. We've obviously got those bags of loot we could open too. You get bags of loot from all the rewards, as I described before. These bats actually taken a while to kill. Pretty tricky.
Defensive protocols suspended.
Alright, excellent. Okay, oh my god, it's so immersive and cool in this cave. Right, so let's equip something in the offhand. We can equip dual-wielding pistols, or we can go with a shield. Let's go with a second pistol for now, okay? So the second pistol we get totally different things on, right? First of all, you get blowtorch. Unleash flames from your second pistol to burn foes. Deals more damage the closer you are. So if we get right up into someone's face and use this, it's super deadly. But look at that. It's a huge jet of flame. And then also there's glue shot. Coat the target area with a glue puddle that immobilizes any foes on impact and then cripples those that remain in it. So yeah, we can paint the walls and things with glue. Look at that. And any enemies that get caught in the glue we paint them with take big damage. So yeah, with the blowtorch, the glue, we can do all kinds of nasty things now as well. Burning is a really, really dangerous condition. It's the hardest hitting condition in the whole game. So if we can get these blowtorches just right, maybe land some glue on them and then blowtorch them afterwards, we will really hurt our opponents. I'm actually going to save the cooldown here for the next thing we want to fight. Let's use our heal.
Defensive protocols suspended.
Alright, what do we got, guys? Oh, look. We can dig again. And here's a relic. What was this all for then, very old energy detector?
We have our item. So, Savant, tell me, what do we have?
I'm not sure. The Voed just tells us where it is and how magical it is. This thing here is packed with arcane energy. A cursory visual examination tells me it's part of something larger. Something that was accidentally broken or intentionally modular.
Well, we can't learn any more here among these damp, foul-tempered beasts. Let's get the relic back to our lab and run some tests.
I'll leave it to you. You're not the only ones with big projects that need managing. But if you need more input from me, all you have to do is ask.
Alright, so I guess she's too busy to keep hanging around here, but looks like we've got our hands on something at least. Snaff would be proud. We get a choice of some studded leather braces, marksman's braces, or rawhide ones. I guess I'll take the rawhide. And we'll equip our first gloves here. Of course, we still look pretty basic right now. The gloves look good, but we will upgrade very soon. As Snaff prize winners, I'm sure we're deserving of something new, armor-wise. Zorji says, congratulations on your find. I look forward to hearing your full analysis notes later. Right now, I've got my own projects to attend to. Thanks for your help, Zorja. I'll keep you informed.
Do you require my assistance?
And Kozak says, what a day. First the Snaff prize, then Shrieksy, and now this thing we found. It's no DLC, but it's something special. Can't wait to study it in the lab. All right, okay, so let's go back to our lab. Our lab being our home instance. So remember how... as a human, we went to the Salma district on occasion. As a child, we went to the Heroes Canton. Similar here, we have a whole lab to ourselves. It's not quite in Rata Sum itself. By the way, this giant extra floating cube up there, that is where the counselors preside. We will go there eventually, but not for a bit. So yeah, this is our home instance. Peace negotiations. And it's a pun, see guys. Peace, as in... okay. You get the idea.
There you are! That artifact we found is amazing. Wait until you see. Follow me.
Oh, you guys have already done some work? What is it? Alright. Who's hanging around over here at the lab? We've got some crew leaders, some crew apprentices, some security golems over there. There's a lab up on our right. Seems we're coming really to the back here. And once again, this is an area of the world that we could fill with collectibles and things, just like you saw on the char. And, you know, one of the fun things to do is to fill this up with goodies that you can claim more of every day. So this is the Engaged Demos Station out here in the cliffs, off of the edge of Rata Sum, right? So we're all the way up here now. Magic of Asura gates lets us travel around really quickly. Okay, so what's going on?
You need to come see the progress we've made. That thing the Voed found for us is amazing. Also, you were right. It's part of a larger whole, or a match set, or something. Anyway, there have to be more like this one out there.
We've synchronized the detection wave with our larger global positioning system to achieve long and short-range scanning capability.
So the global system gets us in range, then the Voed pinpoints the exact location. Perfect. When can we go after the other pieces?
That right there is why you're my crew chief. We're almost done calibrating the global system. Once we have coordinates, we can head out and start picking up the pieces.
Hear that, Shrieksy? We're going on a relic hunt.
Oh my god, they keep delaying the inevitable.
It'll be fun to get cranking again. I wonder if...
Alert. Unauthorized intruder detected.
One of the security golems has entered alert mode. Check it out.
Oh my god, alert mode. Why? Is somebody trying to interfere? So check it out. The Voed charging station here looks kind of creepy and cool. I mean, they're taking ages. Here's the very old energy artifact. The first artifact we found. The thing is like the crystal that's floating around. So what? Is there someone's caught on to what we're doing here? We hit level 11, by the way, so you can see, actually, we actually unlocked our first utility skill. Maybe we should equip something. As an Asura, we do get a selection of abilities. We get Pain Inverter. This was a classic Guild Wars 1 skill. Extremely powerful in this game because it's racial. It's not really. Here we get Technobabble as well. Another Asuran skill from the first game. This one's super cool as well, of throwback to the original. It's called Radiation Field. Create a radiation field at the target location. And with this, we'll inflict poison and weakness on foes. This one's actually really not too bad. Really specially and awesomely, though, because we're an Asura... because we're an engineer, we get 2 racial skills. So if we were a char engineer and we equipped like the throw mine ability, we would get a tool belt version of it as well. Oh my god, what's going on over here? Something just triggered. Were they fighting without us? Ha! They were! Kozak, Pocker, and the Golem killed this Inquest infiltrator up. I didn't even do anything. Here's the radiation field, though. Yeah, so if people stand in it, it's really deadly. It lasts for ages. It's an Asuran device we plant down, and then eventually, and it creates like this huge bubble here. Eventually, it turns off. But like this affects the battlefield for ages, as you can see. And then it disappears. And then the tool belt version, we can vent radioactive gas to poison nearby foes. See? So we can just throw that out. So lots of condition damage we're getting here. My god, what was that? Kozak says, I was taught to work hard, achieve things, secure proper credit and finances, then share. Simple, but the Inquest just steals and hoards. Why are they such jerks? Well, they don't like hard work, but they love credit and they love benefits. Pocker over here says, can't talk right now, Bracked. I've got my hands full. Sure. What is going on? What did you guys do? I like how we didn't even have to contribute. That's amazing.
Idiots. You think you've beaten us? Ha! I was the easy way. Now we'll just have to do things the hard way. Nothing can prepare you for the unfettered fury that is the Inquest attack squad. Go on, beg and plead, void your bowels in terror. It'll do you no good.
This guy's a few anodizing terminals short of a coding array. I say we feed him to Shrieksy.
The Inquest has never had any interest in our crew's research until now. They must want whatever the Voed is detecting.
Or the Voed itself. I, for one, am not inclined to give them either.
Agreed. Ma'am, if you can gather everyone at the front entrance, Kozak and I will handle the rest. And by that I mean we'll mine the entrance to give the Inquest a nice, warm welcome. We'd better hurry. If this maniac is right, they're already on their way.
Oh god, a big attack. I like the idea of being an engineer and using mines, though. That seems pretty good. Does he say anything to us? You'll pay, punk. The Inquest never forgets a slight. The only slight around here is your intellect. Whee! That's like the greatest insult that we could offer someone as an Asura. Brilliant. All right, so we're going to go back up towards the entrance. The only way here really is going to be the Asura gate, so we can hopefully deal with that. What have we got here? We get a couple of carts. So, static security golems are preparing for defense. There's some BATs, 992. This unit is now active, ready for input. Follow me, we'll say.
Follow mode engaged.
Cool. And we can have him following us.
Follow mode engaged.
And we can have him following us.
Follow mode.
This is very reminiscent of a Guild Wars 1 quest, where you get to do that with golems as well. You could decide to have them be like attack or range damage or support mode. So what do we get here? We get an Aether Mine cart. The Aether Mine production and delivery system is online. Okay, so let's take a mine. So we're holding a mine in our hands here. Look at this thing. And we can place it wherever we like. So let's go in front of the gate here and drop a mine down. Now, we can drop a ton of these mines down, and they're pretty cool, all right? They are pretty cool. However, I'll tell you what's way cooler in this mission is the defense turrets, okay? So we can grab this. The Asuran turret production and delivery system is online. You see how this is flashing? We only have a limited amount of time now to actually place our defenses. So I'm going to drop a ton of turrets here. Oh, God, I accidentally picked that one back up.
If I know the Inquest, they'll send Golem shock troops in first to soften us up. We'll only see Inquest if we manage to survive their Golem attack.
Alert. Enemy has arrived. Engaging.
So there they are. The golems are coming. I'm just going to keep dropping turrets here because we can drop tons. So you can see that our turrets are actually doing some damage over there now.
Danger. 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 Danger.
And with any luck, our turrets will just completely destroy them. Look at this. This is so good.
Danger. Danger.
Roger. They're sending in another team.
And they're going to keep sending in teams, so we get a moment now to shore up our defenses, which for me is just going to mean spamming more of these electricity turrets. We can, by the way, grab them and drop them like this, and you'll see that they're down here. And they're marked as Aether Mines, which is kind of funny. They're not mines, they're turrets. And we can reposition them wherever we like. But it's kind of funny because the devs, I don't think, anticipated people spamming turrets as much as we actually can. So, yeah, we can basically let these do the whole job for us. That's statics for you. So they're going to come through. I'll drop the radiation field over in the choke point as well. And look at this!
Danger. Danger.
Oh, it's so good, guys. They can't even get out. It's so good.
Danger. Danger. Danger.
We get another wave to shore up our defenses, but I mean, frankly, this will be fine. So now, by the way, you'll notice that if I try and grab this again, and we place it down over here, it doesn't appear, which basically means we've hit our limit. So there you go. We got 3 golems. We got about 1 million turrets. And yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll just wait for the last wave to come through. I'll throw the glue out as well here, ready, with our offhand pistol shot. Come on, Inquest. We're ready for you. You don't know what you're dealing with this crew. So boom, glue. Oh, I think we moved them so far back they were out of turret range, actually.
We're in for it now. Here comes their attack squad.
All right, attack squad. Look, look at them getting annihilated.
Looks like they still have some fight left in them. Hold steady.
Oh, believe me, I am holding steady.
Stay alert. More of those Inquest jackanapes are headed our way.
Oh, look, it's Teo. Hello again, Teo. Have you got a problem with us?
Well played, Parker. Time for the hardest way. We've planted explosives all along the cliffs overhead. Give me the artifact, or we'll bury this place.
You scrit-shaving devils! You'd threaten this entire community, all these innocent people, just to steal our discovery?
It's all right, Cossack. Let them have it. It's not worth the risk.
Spoken like a true also-ran. SNAF prize winner. Ha! I'd pity your weakness if it wasn't so amusing. Thanks for the treasure, losers.
That was very slick, Savant. Let them have that piece. We know there are more, and we still have the Voed. We can collect them before the Inquest does.
And then we force Teo to give us back the first one. Paka, I'd like Zoja to join us. We're going to need all the help we can get.
Capital idea. You and Zoja handle the search. I'll send word to Zoja and have her standing by. Kazak and I will start cleaning up here.
All right, so we get a reason to get Zoja back involved after she was MIA here. We get a decision. What do we want for our reward here? Do we want a better pistol for our dual-wielding pistols? Do we want to see a better shield? I mean, I've already got one. Or should we check out this entirely new weapon here, the rifle? So, you already saw me using a rifle before, if you remember, on the chart. But that was as a warrior. See, I can equip the same weapon here, but now that we're on an engineer, engineers use rifles.
Let's get this over
in a different way to how the warriors do. So all of our abilities are different. Look, we get a hip shot, net shot, blunderbuss, overcharge, and jump shot. They're all completely different. So we will see how that looks and feels very soon. I love these defenses we've still got set up here. Pocker says, feculent Inquest monkeys storming in here, threatening the innocent and demanding the fruits of our labor. Get out there and teach them not to mess with SNAF prize winners. Consider it done. Okay, so we really get a feel for what they're like here. And yeah, let's go get in contact with Zoja and figure out exactly where the very old energy detector is pointing us to. This is kind of a weird chapter because we still don't know what we're even aiming for. Hopefully something good. It looks like the sun is setting now again, by the way. Curses. We don't get to see all the pretty new places. So where are we actually going to? Oh, I guess we are staying actually at the city. Let's just follow down. I would have thought we might have met her out in the field. I wasn't entirely sure.
My brother once threw a rock at the golem that patrols our street.
Wow. That's incredibly stupid. What happened?
It crushed the rock and then carried my brother by the ears back to the peacemakers.
Wow. There's a lot of like creepy ambient dialogue around here about the golems and a risk there might be another uprising.
They say a rotating cog amasses no sporophyte.
You've not spent a lot of time in the jungle, have you?
What does that mean exactly? So here, guys, we will notice more crafting stations. If we wanted to be an Asuran crafter, we could do it here or in any of the other adjoining locations. We could also walk out and you'll see there's little golems here that give us directions if we want. And just generally really beautiful vistas where we get to look up at the stars. This is one of the cooler cities for looking around at night. But yeah, okay, so it seems Zoja is actually around in this area. Just over here.
Hey, Savant. Over here.
Hey, how's it going? You look like you got a cozy little area.
How can you be helped? Paka's message said you needed help, Savant. And I did promise, so here I am. Lucky for you, I enjoy sticking it to the Inquest whenever possible.
That makes 2 of us. Our Voed readouts indicate the artifact we want is somewhere in that merchant's stall.
Who, Flack? No problem. I've known him for years, and he'd give both ears to collaborate with me. I'll engage him in light conversation and draw him off so you can get a good look at his stock. Grab what you need, and we'll move on. It's not really stealing. Think of it as Flack's charitable donation to the cause of science in the name of a better understanding of the eternal alchemy. Or just think of it as we need it more and we're smarter than him. Whatever works.
Done and done. You turn on the charm. You can do that, right? And I'll swipe whatever's lighting up the Voed display panel.
Brilliant. Are we flirting? It always feels like we're flirting here.
Over here, Flack. My projects are top secret for your ears only.
Ooh, look, he's got love hearts. Oh, look at this. We're no better than the Inquest.
Zoja, after all these years, it's exquisite to see you again.
Flack, I see you've abandoned pure research for the marketplace.
A temporary situation, I assure you. If I thought there was a spot for me on a project of yours, I'd come running.
Well, I've got a few irons in the fire you might find intriguing. Let me give you a rough prospectus.
Okay, so if we keep very quiet here. The Voed readout drops sharply. This is not the object you're after. That's it. The Voed is going crazy. It's something here. It's this, like, glyph thing. Leave. Let's take it.
Well, always nice talking to you, Flack, but look at the time. Got it right?
He just came back. Shh. Oh, God, we got to be careful. Can we speak to him? This isn't a very good idea, is it? This isn't very sneaky. Want to engage the mind and uplift the spirit? Flax's fine furnishings offer discerning buyers a cornucopia of delights, if you have an eye for value. Nothing today, thanks. It does look like you got some nice stuff in there, though, dude. Very nice indeed. Zoja, we got it.
Everything has a place in the eternal alchemy.
That was easier than I expected. Flack was very keen to team up. To a point. But when I mentioned dragons and the Inquest, he started looking queasy. I doubt I'll hear from him again. He seemed to have a lot of important things to sell. This is fun. Count me in for the next piece of the puzzle. I'll meet you in Metrica Province.
Okay, well that was pretty easy. Let's collect some more. Why was she talking to him about dragons? Well, we should be blunt about this, right? Hopefully you guys have obviously recognized it. Zoja was one of those characters that we saw Ritlock and Logan meet sometime forward in time, a little bit further down the timeline now, in Lion's Arch. She actually is one of the members of Destiny's Edge, and for what it's worth, so was Snaff. Do you remember I mentioned that there was a casualty when their fight against the Elder Dragon Kraukatoric went wrong? Yeah, that was Snaff. Snaff dying 5 years ago. That's kind of one of the big tragic things that happened when they failed, when Air's plan failed, when Logan was called away.
Who sent this message?
Error. Sender name not found.
Oh well, I don't have time for such nonsense.
I wonder what that was. Was that a love message that she'd been sent maybe or something? Oh my god. Wow, that Golem was whistling and sounding really kind of crazy there. Perhaps she was talking about the dragons there because she still has a vested interest. We know at some point in the future she's going to decide to go to Lion's Arch, and what will be fun about playing through here is seeing how she ends up in that position, right? So, what's going on here?
The marsh north of Sorendra is remarkably tumultuous. Senior researcher Shun and his salvage crew clash with the Inquest as they race to unearth an artifact at the old Golem Foundry site. Across the river from the old Golem Foundry, the Brill Alliance crew has begun researching Skrit, who make for troublesome, uncooperative test subjects. These crews can always use extra hands.
So the Skrit are a race we haven't really interacted with much here, but they're kind of the thorn in the side of the Asura. They are a hive mind race that get smarter and smarter the more of them that group together. As individuals, they are idiots, right? So the Asura sneer at them. But in a large enough collective, the Skrit can even outthink the Asura themselves. Both races are from underground. Both were forced to the surface of Tyria around the same time. And so we kind of have a long history with them. There's a lab just across that bridge over there that the scout was just talking about, involving trying to sort of learn and understand the Skrit a bit more. Maybe we'll be able to go there in time. Wow, Jesus Christ, how did we hit him so hard? I thought he was taking a while to kill there, actually. But yeah, for now, let's see what the Voed has got for us in this region of the world. Zoja's meeting us just like she said she would.
Bad news. This place is crawling with Inquest salvage teams. The lake's indigenous creatures were dangerous enough. Now it's a full-on death trap. Quick, fire up that Voed and let's find what we came for before they do.
Oh, okay, so she's given us the Voed. And we noticed from our minimap, it's quite a bit north, actually. So let's get going. Let's employ it. You guys all okay? The senior salvager?
Always be loyal to your crew.
I should try to be, thank you.
Embrace simplicity.
I will indeed. I'll embrace simplicity. It's a kind of a funny thing for the Asura to say, embrace simplicity, isn't it? You'd think that the line would be embrace complexity. That seems more Asuran-based. Oh god, the Inquest are here. How?
All right, you cretins. There's an antiquity in that lake that the Inquest wants. Hit the water and dive down deep. Flip over every algae-coated rock if you have to, and crush anyone or anything that gets in your way. Whoever finds that artifact gets bumped up a pay grade. Fail, and you'll get thrown down a well to practice underwater reclamation. Move out!
That's a lot of Inquest trash polluting the water. I'll be surprised if all the fish don't go belly up. We've definitely got some competition.
Competition? More like distraction. Come on, let's find the artifact. Any Inquest cranial cracking that occurs will be pure bonus.
Well, I'd like to not beat them up too much. You can kind of think of the Inquest as... What does Zodja say, by the way? So, the Inquest are involved with the salvage facility. That confirms my suspicions. We can't let them get that artifact first. No argument from me. You can kind of think of the Inquest... Oh my god, did they just all go diving while we looked away? As just a massive crew. In a way, they're kind of to be admired, since most Asura don't like working in such large crews. It means that the Inquest can learn a lot more, work a lot more efficiently, and gather a lot more information than other Asura can, because many other Asura sort of cover and greedily hoard what knowledge they find. The thing about the Inquest is, unless you're very high up in the Inquest, you won't necessarily be privy to all the secrets and information that they find, and they're kind of structured in kind of a nefarious, manipulative way like that. Anyway, the Voed tells us very quickly exactly where the artifact is, so we can grab this way quicker than any of these other Inquests swimming around can. Again, I'm going to try and ignore them. I don't want to go unnecessarily killing a ton. Here we notice we can't cast radiation field underwater. Certain skills are underwater skills, certain skills are not. And radiation field is not, which means we have to buy something else if we want to be able to use it underwater. And that's a good time as any for us to train something, I guess, right? So here are our choices as an engineer. Elixirs, turrets, kits, or gadgets. And let me tell you guys, these are all really awesome. Okay, I love all of these different setups. I think, generally speaking, what might be fun early on is gadgets. Let's go gadgets, okay? So we get a new healing skill, if we like. It's called the AED. And so we activate our AED, enabling the system to heal us after a brief period of time. If we take lethal damage while it's active, then it ends early and heals us massively. So basically, the AED is a gadget that means if we were dying while we were under the effects of the system, it's on us right now. If we die while the effects are up, we don't die. We get massive amounts of heal. So that's really, really good. And if we buy again as well, we can buy another gadget now. We get rocket boots. Rocket boots. Fly forward, damaging foes with your rocket exhaust. Cures, immobilize, cripple, and chill. Rocket boots are super fun. So let's equip those. And don't forget, every time we get a skill, we get a tool belt one as well. So we don't just get rocket boots, we get rocket kick too. Use our rocket boots to do an explosive kick that burns foes. So here's the rocket kick. Boom. We can explode people in their faces. And here's the just regular rocket boots. Whoa, we go flying. So, this is a fun one to run around the world with.
All right, that's 2 pieces of the artifact in our hands. And from the look of it, there's only one more piece to collect. Looks as if the missing piece is the same size and shape as the one they stole from us in the first place.
Then the only question is, how do we retrieve it? They'll definitely return to their base to study the artifact. That gives us 2 avenues of attack. 1, we intercept them on the road. 2, we wait until they get it home and then break in while they feel secure. It's your device, Savant, so it's your call.
All right, pretty interesting choice here. We can speak to Zodja to make our decision. Either plan is a viable option. Which should we go with? Okay, so we can say Go hit them on the road and intercept them, or break in and steal it from there. I'm going to choose to break in. Let's be a little bit more interesting about this than just blunt force damage and trauma. This is probably going to be a bit better. So we'll break in and steal it from there. She says breaking into the base could be risky, but effective. Are you sure about this? Yeah, I'm very sure. I want to see the inside of an Inquest lab, don't you guys? We weren't allowed into that other one in Rata Sum before. We can do it. So there we have it. Readings on the rise. We get a new piece of armor. I'm going to get the studded leather vest here, which will give us another 90 health, which is kind of cool. And be a lot better than our original one. Voila. We got another level up there. What did we unlock from that? Well, we got a salvage kit, and we get a pebble that we can use as an upgrade. So how about we put that pebble for extra power into our chest piece. And yeah, we've made our decision.
You have something to discuss?
She says we'll have to be creative to get past their lab's defenses. I'm looking forward to this. Me too. So yeah, kind of a fairly carefree adventure. I forgot how long this chapter takes to actually tell us what the very old energy detector is pointing us to. But I mean, they're scattered all around the region, and that's in itself is pretty interesting, I think. So yeah, join me next time, guys, as we wrap this up. I'll close off by showing you something fairly cool. First of all, let's go grab this waypoint. Now, remember how I said before that the Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 world map line up perfectly geographically? Well, it's true here. Those who enjoyed the original series might remember that the very first golems ever created were an old golem foundry site, and there was a lot of big quests there. We're actually stood exactly there in the Guild Wars 2 version right now. We are there. And so if we interact with this old pillar, it says this: a plaque made of some odd opalescent material is bolted to the column. We can read the plaque. It says, Genius operated living enchanted manifestation foundry established in 1078 AE. This was a Guild Wars 1 thing, given the Asuran place of ultra mega importance status in the year 1325 AE. So not too many years ago. Actually, wait, is that this year? Yeah, that's this year that it was given that. Read more. Some of the greatest names in Golomantic history. Ula, Sokka, Gad, and Vek once worked shoulder to brilliant shoulder at the kilns here. The inspiration for the golem summoning Asura beacons came to Sokka as he took a quick think nap against this very column. Visit the gift store on your way out. So we're not going to visit the gift store, but we're going to take a quiet moment of awe and leave. I would point out, guys, these names here, Ula, Sokka, Gad, and Vek, all important Asura for the creation of Golomancy, and one of them will become very relevant next episode. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Let's wait for the sun to come up, and I'll see you all in just a moment.
Did the inquest have anything to do with the reactor explosion?
I'm not at liberty to say.
You have no idea, do you?
Who or what caused the accident is of no consequence. We can and should benefit from it.
We may have to seal off the entire area around that ruptured reactor.
A dome structure? Something that could be filled with diatomaceous earth?
Exactly my thinking. Excellent. Why don't you head up the exploratory crew?
You're sending me into the hot zone? I mean, yes, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity.